Mikey Van and Chip Kastelnik are the creative minds behind San Diego Customs. Known for their high-performance builds, bold style, and influence on the FXR and performance bagger scene, San Diego Customs has carved out a reputation as one of the most respected names in the industry.
Don't do anything that sucks.
So, good
there's
answer.
that. And I mean, there's other people who may be like, well, what they do sucks. But, you know, that's their opinion. We keep it as real for us as it can be. And we don't really care what other people are doing.
Welcome to the One Gang Worldwide podcast, your ultimate ride into the world of motorcycles. Visit cyclesworldwide.com, where we offer a completely free marketplace for everything motorcycles. Join our One Gang community where you can connect, share info, and swap stories with riders from all over the world. Join for free at cyclesworldwide.com and be a part of the One Gang community right now. All right, One Gang, today we've got the heartbeat of the custom scenes, San Diego Customs. We've got Mike and Chip joining us. We're excited for this one. You guys are legends in the industry, so thanks for joining us and taking your time with us.
Hello.
Hi.
What's up, boys? Welcome to the show, man. Definitely, we had a chance to run into you guys at the Born Free show. So this has been a true honor, man. We've been following you guys' journey for a long time. So, hey, we're going to get into the first thing is break the ice section. Just have a little fun. How about we go Mike first, Chip second on answering the questions. It's just 10 rapid fire questions, no right or wrong answers. You guys good?
Throw away.
All right, let's do it. Mike, what's one tool in the shop you both would fight over if it went missing?
Fuck. Let me answer that.
Go ahead.
My fucking 9/16 wrench that he stole from me years ago has been gone forever, and he swears he didn't take it. But yeah, that would be the main tool.
All right. All right.
Right?
So next.
Do you agree, Mike?
I never touch it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to two. Who's more likely to lose their mind over a back order part?
Our back order part, or
Yeah. A
Well,
back
he-
order
he,
part.
he deals with that, so that would be him.
that'd be me.
Okay. Chip. Gotcha. What's the weirdest custom request a customer has ever brought in?
Weirdest. Oh man,
We-
I think our requests are weirder than theirs.
Okay.
Things
Yeah.
that we
Alright.
would like to do. Yeah.
Mike,
Yeah,
you?
no, I don't know.
Yeah, we don't really get much weird shit. You know,
You
Yeah,
kind
no,
of set the tone and tell them what it would be?
the weird stuff is all outside of the shop, so it's like
Yeah, right across the street where all the weird shit
and
happens.
here's kind
Yeah,
of like
yeah.
a Serenity Now zone.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
we saw that on the clips you guys post on YouTube. All right, next one. If you could have dinner with one person, dead or alive, who are you sitting down with? Mike,
No one. I'd
you're
rather
not
eat.
going to eat? Chip, dead or alive, anybody you'd like to just sit down and bullshit with?
Right now, this moment, I would say Jimi Hendrix.
Nice. All right. good
Jimi
one.
Hendrix. Why Hendrix?
Why not? Imagine sitting down with Jimi Hendrix now, today.
And playing shit like Taylor Swift
I mean,
and
I guess like
Justin Bieber, he'd go back in the
Manson
grave.
or anybody who got whacked by the government, I would like talk to. today.
Yes.
That's fine. All right. Late night wrenching or early morning brainstorming? Who's the zombie and who's the caffeine junkie?
That's not applicable.
No?
It,
Yeah.
NAs?
it doesn't
It-
stop.
It depends on time of year. When it's crunch time, when there's a show coming up, then it's early to late night. You know.
Wow.
So,
Oh,
Yeah.
that's Loki barking. You'll hear him periodically. He's just doing his job.
He's the
Yeah.
man.
All right. No worries. All right.
it's in the background.
Mike, one band you crank in the shop that always gets you through the grind in the day.
Tony in our shop is the one who always puts on music. So the music comes from his station.
All right.
Tony brought a sound system one day and about a terabyte of music, and he has a vast collection, more vast than Mike and I's. So it varies. It could go from jazz to hip hop to heavy metal, back to reggae, back to just industrial noise to
Primus.
It's
These
so,
guys like to play
yeah,
Primus all the
it's so
time.
diverse that walk in, you're like, what the?
All right. Good one. Good one. All right. Who's the idea guy and who's the make it happen guy?
50-50.
Yeah.
A lot of
we-
my ideas get considered silly until they come to fruition, and then they're awesome.
No, most of them are stupid.
That's totally not true. Totally not true. My ideas cost more than Mike's.
Wait, your idea is what?
Cost more.
Maybe.
Yeah, but
Our-
we bounce everything off each other.
All right, good. All right, I'll go with Chip on this one first. Beside you guys, give me your Mount Rushmore of builders that you
What do
like.
mean?
Like, give me your four guys that you like in the industry, what they do. Beside you guys,
Currently, or
Yeah, Colonel.
wherever you want.
I don't know. I would put some legends in there. There's way more than 4, obviously, from people who aren't around anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Arlen Ness,
No.
Yeah.
I would say, for choppers, we were just talking about the other day, like Johnny Chop,
Yeah.
Rika, Trevelyan, Russell
Trevelyan.
Mitchell. I mean, the list goes on and on. I couldn't compile it into 4 because there's so many different facets of why I think people are, inspirational to me.
Right. Mike, you agree on that one?
Yeah, I agree fully with that.
Okay. All right. What's one thing about each other that drives you nuts, but you secretly respect it?
Ooh, we're getting dangerous.
Jesus.
Well, it's a partnership. You got to go
we're-
down this road.
Really similar in a lot of things, external of the shop. Mike likes to make fun of the size of my ears, but the last doctor, we had our ears measured and they are the identical sizes.
No, you did not.
So that's pretty much right. I mean, that's about all we argue about is ear size.
All right. At least it's ear size and not anything else. So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
All right. Last question. Best bike in your opinion that you guys built but never got its true to do, but it didn't matter to you because you loved it.
Oh, almost all of them.
Do you have one that stands out that maybe didn't get the recognition it should have?
I don't. What do you mean by recognition?
Recognition meaning like you just thought it was a kick-ass build and maybe, I don't know, the magazines or whatever the hell didn't pick up on it or whatever the case may be, but just something that you truly love that you did.
I don't know. I mean, I'm looking around, like trying to think. I don't know. Not really. No, I don't really care about recognition.
Right. I know
don't
that.
ever-
That's what's
I don't-
awesome about you
Man,
guys.
it's like, if you don't like it, fucking, I don't care. Like, I like it. We
That's
like
right.
it. We wouldn't do it if we're all on the same page here. So if 3 of us outvote the other one, well, fuck the other one. Like, your idea sucks.
Right. Right.
Usually that guy, but sometimes I have some winners.
Mike, what about you, man? Anyone that stands out?
There's like 1 or 2 FXRs that I think should have got a little more recognition, but
Like Woos.
I don't know. You know which one I like? The fucking the pearl one with the flame jaw.
Oh, right.
That one was.
That was a cool one.
That was a cool one.
Hold on, I'll show you right now.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I never really thought about the recognition or the public opinion side of things.
Nah, you guys have always gone against the grain and did it your way. Though, I mean, that's what makes you guys, in my opinion, the godfathers of the club
Thank
scene,
you.
man.
That's fucking
No,
awesome.
for real, man. For real. It's just, you and I talked at Born Free. I mean, I mentioned that right away. I just, anybody who's been in this industry a long time and understands that whole club scene, where it really came from was SDC. So,
Oh, no, it doesn't come from us. We're just the purveyors of it to the public. We all know where it came from.
Yeah, we're just
And it wasn't fucking Sons of Anarchy, I'll tell you that.
no, that's for sure, man. That's for sure.
Mike, you have any luck? finding
no
the
good.
bike?
nah, I can't find
Oh,
it.
wow. All right.
We just keep going.
Well, you
find
guys,
it.
Alright.
you survived
That's where you have
the icebreaker round. Well done. A+ score.
Oh, that was it? That was easy.
That was easy, yeah. So let's start at the beginning. Chip, we'll start with you. What kind of kid were you before motorcycles? Where'd you grow up? What was family life like?
I grew up on the East Coast in Pennsylvania, in the Northeast, right outside a little town called Allentown, which is right outside a little town called Philadelphia. And I grew up on the wrong side of the tracks, I guess. I grew up in skateboarding and punk rock, going to hardcore shows. I quit school when I was 16. It's kind of a bad kid, so to speak.
Experimental.
Yeah, well, we just grew up in that era, where in the 80s and
Right.
80s and 90s, so like that was when living was living.
That's
you
right,
see
man.
stupid fucking things on Instagram where it says like, oh, when we were kids, we didn't come home until 10 o'clock at night. And it's like, well, that's why we are the way we are today. Kids today can't do that because they'll get stolen or they'll get in trouble or they'll get fucking arrested for some bullshit. It's like back then it was a whole different planet and people don't understand that. And
Agreed, man.
yeah, so I basically grew up skateboarding and going to hardcore shows and just being, fuck up.
Yeah, I get it. Hey, Chip, how old are you?
53.
Yeah, so we're the same age. I'm 54. So yeah, we say same era. I grew up outside of the city in Boston too. So I come from the same way you came from. So I get it, man.
Mike, what about you, man? What kind of kid were you before motorcycles, and where'd you grow up?
All right, this phone keeps ringing.
Just turn it off.
Just turn it off.
Hold on, guys. I'll turn it off.
There's no on and off button on it. I grew up on the other side of the planet. I grew up in England and South Africa, and like Chip, I was out of school at 16. I was in trouble. I was doing bad shit. I got kicked out of multiple schools. Came here in like 94 for skateboarding and punk rock and music. And me and 5 friends, we bought a 73 Cutlass Supreme and drove around California.
Nice.
And then I went back home and I was like, fuck it, I'm going back. I still had a legal visa. I came back and I just ended up staying here.
Good for you.
Renewed my visa a bunch of times, ended up getting married, all of that shit. So
right on. So were you a military family or why were you raised?
No, I was a single mom with my single mom family. She was not really around that much when I was a teenager. I was just surfing and skateboarding and getting into trouble, smoking weed, stealing cars, doing bad shit,
Gotcha.
So on a different continent,
That's
and then
He was stealing African cars.
yeah, and then I moved.
Hey, Mike, stay. We'll stay with you. When did motorcycles first show up in your life, man? When'd you start riding?
When I was 17, I traded a car for a CB 550.
Yeah.
And that was my ride around town, until I moved here. And then I didn't have a bike for years. I had a few dirt bikes, but nothing major. And then in the I think it was the early 2000s, I built a little Triumph chopper just to fuck around on.
nice.
Taylor.
And after that, I got a Harley and started riding. And that's when I met Chip.
Gotcha.
And that was
Chip.
2000, mid 2000s, around there. And Chip was ranching out of his garage.
Nice. Chip, what about you, man? When'd you start again? I know when we chatted, you had mentioned your dad was into Corvettes and he used to
Yeah, my
do
dad
all
was
that stuff.
red, and I didn't really appreciate that until later in life because I didn't really understand it. Because, like I said, I was out skateboarding, listening to music. My dad's also a drummer, so that's probably where most of my musical background comes from genetically. My first bike I got was I think it was an EX7 or a ZX. No, it was a ZX5 or an EX5R. I don't fucking remember, but my weed dealer gave it to me for. I went to New York and he said, "Hey, you want to go to New York and bring back this bag?" And I was like, "Oh, what's in the bag?" He's like, "Well, what do you think's in the bag?" And it was just like 25 pounds of weed or something. But back then, that was a fucking lot.
Yeah.
I still to this day think about it a lot, like going there and just going to Manhattan and grabbing a black duffel bag and behind a $9 ticket and hopping on the bus and fucking going all the way home and
Right.
getting off the bus and giving him that. And it's like, wow, that was fucking just total smuggling. Like,
Yeah.
like 25 pounds of weed back in the fucking,
Dude, that's a long time jail fucking time if you
Yeah,
get
It's
caught.
totally in
a
jail.
lot of trouble. Not like now, it doesn't matter. It's like, oh, that's nothing. Just throw it away or burn it.
Right.
But part of that deal was he gave me this bike, and it was race set up, like meaning race set up, meaning no turn signals, no nothing, no. It was stripped down for the track, and this guy, local motorcycle shop guy who did all the track stuff, put it all back to street legal, put the plates back on, rewired it, showed me the maintenance procedures. I didn't even know how to ride it. My friend was like, "Look, dude, it's one down and fucking 4 or 5 up or 4 up,
Yeah.
whatever it was." And I was like, "What do you mean?" I remember the first time I ran out of gas. We were blasting up the hill at like 100 miles an hour. I was like, "What the fuck?" We're in the middle of nowhere. And my dude's like, "You have a reserve." I'm like, "What the fuck's a reserve?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "No way. Extra gas?" Fired it right up. I had like 8-mile reserve. Got to the gas station, filled up, and I was like, "Whoa, this is true." I mean, it's the first bike I ate shit on. Learned about cornering and lean angles and throttling and braking and where to turn and all that nonsense. And then I sold it to my neighbor for like 3 or 4 grand because I had been arrested and I had to go to jail and do some time and then some house arrest. And after I got off of house arrest, I immediately left the township I was in because I was like, I don't even want to be around these people. They're too fucking fucked up, and these laws are too stupid.
How old are you at this point?
20, 21.
Okay.
6.
So
He was 6 years old.
no, that's funny.
That's funny.
But no, then
He had a stick with a little handkerchief filled their shit, and he's like a
like
fucking
a hobo. The hobo. I'm out
like
here
a hobo, like
jumping
old. Oh,
a little quarter pound.
That's so funny.
Oh yeah. So after that, I didn't ride a motorcycle for a while. I moved to the city, and I just in the city it's a skateboard or a bicycle or walking or a cab. And then I didn't really get back into Harleys until I moved out to California, and life changed a little bit. And I needed a job, so I started working at Harley, and that was my intro to the V-twin.
Did you go to AMI? Did you go to the school or you went straight to Harley?
We don't have AMI out here. We have MMI in Phoenix, but no, I didn't go to that.
Killer.
Tony went. But
So you're pretty mechanically inclined if you got hired by the dealership, man.
yeah, well, I got hired by the dealership as a lot tech. I didn't even know what a fucking Sportster was. They told me to go get the blue Sporty and white wheel it around the back, and I just walked back with a Heritage Softail that was blue. I couldn't understand. Like, what do you mean you don't know what a Sportster is? I was like, I have no idea, dude. I drive a fucking Audi. A little bit to figure it all out. Once I figured it all out, just like everything else, just run with it.
Right.
Right on. That segues into what I wanted to ask you guys next. What were your early life careers like before SDC? Did you guys, sounds like you didn't do any formal training, Chip? Mike, did you do
No.
formal training on your side, school or anything?
no, I've had multiple apparel companies through the years, and that was it. Small businesses.
Right on.
I just
small gigs.
Nothing, no professional training, nothing.
Yeah, I
That's
just did
crazy.
cannabis related things in life, buying and selling and transporting. And then when that changed, well, actually, I mean, my whole life it was basically nothing except for cannabis. And then for a while I was doing drum and bass, a bunch of music shit, and a bunch of pre and post production, and that
You
was part of
said-
the reasons I came to
Chip,
California.
you mentioned you were musically inclined. Are you playing any instruments currently?
I know how to play instruments, but I prefer more digital stuff.
Right on.
I'm really good at creating sounds in my head
Nice.
a lot. I make lots of fucking but like the ability to take a synth or the
Did you hear what you just said?
what
You had the ability of creating sounds in your head.
right now I have a couple sounds going on in my head. Yeah. What the fuck you're laughing at? It's nothing new to you. I'm sure you have sounds in your head too.
No, I don't.
Everybody has sounds in their head. They just don't talk about them.
Or voices.
Yeah, it depends which sounds, that's for sure.
Right.
Hey, Mike, how did you guys meet? Take us into that. That should be a good story, man.
No, It's nothing. It's nothing weird or great or anything. We had a mutual friend, and I needed work done on my bike, and went to Chip's house. He was working out of his garage, and then we.
And you did
became
the first
friends after
shirt run,
that.
probably. It's actually a funny story.
Go ahead.
He wanted a 95 kit, to which was, those are no brainers back in the day.
Right.
And so I was like, and he did an apparel company at the time. So he was like very familiar with the whole processes of making a shirt or a hat or a shoe, whatever. I was like, well, hey, I would like to make some
Or a
t-shirts. How can we
shoe.
do that? And he said, do my bike and I'll do the t-shirt run. He's like, all right, I have the art. I made the art. No problem. I sent it to him and he just goes, what the fuck? What is this? And I was like, what is this? He's like, who did this? I was like, me. And this is right when we met. And he had no idea like what that really meant. I don't know how to use Photoshop, not even a little bit, but I managed to wing it to make a graphic. And I got to the point, the original graphic is this, not actually this, but this.
Yeah.
This I didn't know how to do. And I was getting very frustrated. So I had my friend draw it on a piece of paper about the size of a thumbnail. And then we had to scan it. And I brought it in and cropped it and moved it around. And I mean, remember that, Mike? It was like 100 layers. And he was like, how the fuck? And I was like, everything you do, I thought you had to make a new layer.
Yeah, with the mix.
It was the biggest mess, but he managed to redo it. And I didn't understand, even know what a vector was or any of that shit. So he figured it out and did it. And back in the day, the original SDC logo that I created in 2006, a takeoff of the Powell logo of the winged Ripper. So it had wings, the skull in the middle. And when Mike printed the shirts, it had like gold glitter in the wing. And like, it was like a 5 or 6 or 7 color shirt, right? If I remember correctly. So it was like a big process to which I didn't understand back until then. And I still have one of those shirts today.
Kelly, you got a vintage shirt. Nice.
Having an OCD attack.
Hey, and it was San Diego Customs from the beginning.
Yes, sir.
It was SDC, so you named it right away, even when you were working in your garage.
I actually did it when I was working at Harley. The first URL when I started it, I went on GoDaddy. And this all started because I was working at Harley and I thought everything was funny. So it was right in the beginning of flip phones with cameras. So I'd take pictures of just all the fucking silliness. You know what I mean? Like just the crazy biker shit you see. Like there's a guy who had a Hooters bike who the whole bike was a chick bent over with huge tits. Like who the fuck did all that? Just silly stuff like that. Guys,
Right.
Their helmets, all the shit you see in Sturgis, just all the nonsense you see in Southern California. And I needed a place to put this. And so I went on and I registered SDHD.com. And at the time, I was like, why wouldn't San Diego Harley have done this? Every other dealership does,
Right.
blah, blah, HD. There's a San Diego Harley. And I was like, well, fuck it, man. They've been around forever. They probably know what they're doing. So I paid it $12 and got the URL and just started putting up all kinds of crazy stuff, naked girls, pot, choppers. It's right. Jesse James is, right at the pinnacle of his shit. So all these crazy chopper pics, because I had friends all over the business now because I was working at Harley and, it's kind of easy to find like-minded people. And so I had some pretty cool shit. And one day I got a letter from Harley, actually a phone call first while I was at work. And they said, this is, I believe it was Finnegan, representing HD of Michigan, Inc. And they would like to talk to the owner of SDHD. And I was like, you got him. And they said, you're misrepresenting yourself as a Harley franchise. And we want that website. You have to remove all the content. To where I was like, well, fuck off. You can buy it.
Yeah.
I'll take $100,000. And they're like, okay, well, let's see what, how that plays out. Call you back. Call me back a little bit later. And he's like, sir, can I get your name? And I was like, no, you can refer to me as John Smith. Nice. And he goes, well, we're going to figure out who you are. And at this time I told the GM of my shop, he was kind of like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, it's all good. And they basically said, well, we're not going to give you $100,000. We'll offer you like $89, which is 5 months of server space, $12.99 for the DNS stuff through GoDaddy and like $10 for whatever. Yeah, you're losing. I'm like, you guys are out of your fucking minds. No way. And they still didn't figure out that I worked at Harley. So I said, fuck it, man, whatever. And they're like, all right, well, I guess, we'll see you in court. And then one day I got I still have it. It's funny. It's about that thick. And they screenshot every page of the website. And it's pretty difficult because it was all flash based at the time. So they put a lot of
I
time.
had to wait for
Right,
it to
right.
load. And
Then they could build Harley a lot just for Xeroxing that shit. And it said basically you got to, be in court in Michigan against Harley. And I was like, I'm not going fucking anywhere. I care less about court. I didn't think anything was going to happen, kind of like, it's civil court. So, like, what can really happen, And one day after court, I forgot about it. I woke up and there was a badge on my website when I turned on my computer. And I was like, what the fuck? What is ICANN? Well, it turns out ICANN, which is ICANN, they're the internet police.
Yeah.
And when you lose in court, they're the ones who come and collect.
Wow.
So
Basically, I can't take your shit.
Yeah.
So I called my friend. I was like, yo, I just got this. He goes, yeah. He goes, that's basically the internet police. I'll get one probably today or tomorrow, and they're going to want everything, all your server details. He's like, dude, go on your server, download all your content, keep it, register something else, upload it. I'll transfer your server space over, keep your program. We're all good. We still have the same server today. It's been traded companies and grown quite significantly, but at the time back then, 20 years ago, it seemed awesome.
Yeah.
So I did all that and I was like, fuck, what should I do about a URL? And I was sitting on my couch after work, just pissed and stoned. And I was watching Fit My Ride, and Exhibit was like, yo, come on over to West Coast Customs. And I was like,
There it is.
It sounds fucking awesome. I'm like, oh, available. Boom, registered. And I think it was June 6, 2006, I believe. Somewhere right in there. June of 2006. And then about a year later, the Harley dealership I worked for closed. And at that time, I was doing everything out of my garage anyway. It was just like everybody who works for Harley initially. They're like, this is fucking great. I'm going to do this 8 hours a day. And then I'm going to go home and do it 8 hours more.
Right.
Then I'll sleep and I'll do it again. And this is fucking great. Until you realize, like, oh, man, what the fuck just happened in the past 10 years? I wasted just building stupid shit for other people. So the dealership closed, and then that's when it kind of became a reality, which I think that was 2008. And 2009 is when I built Mikey's motor on his Dyna, and that's when the shirts became, so that was like the official first merch. And then about, I don't know what to say, Mike, about a year or two after that, I had another, one of the people I worked with started working with me at San Diego Customs but, that didn't work out.
Wow.
So he had to go. So we refer to him as he who has no name, and we don't talk about it because we just don't deal.
Gotcha.
So he's gone. That Mike actually, it was all three of us for a minute. Mike was helping us out in the beginning portions of figuring out the product and the apparel. And then we were kind of like, this guy's an idiot, dude. We got to get rid of him. Like, look at the shit he's doing. He said, it's not like he just had a different program than us. And so once he was gone, I believe he bought him out, didn't you? Or did I don't
Yeah, it was minimal.
Yeah, it was something.
He had put a bit of money in, so I just paid him out.
And then we got rid of him, and then we went full bore.
What was his role with the partnership? Was he wrenching too, or no?
Yeah, he was wrenching, but he was kind of a bitch, to be honest. So it's just like he's got to go, and then he kind of left on his own accord. And I was like, okay, how much did you put in? And I was like, all right, I'm gonna buy you.
Mike, what was your at that time frame when you guys were getting ready to get rid of this dude and you were thinking about joining forces with Chip? What was going on with you at that moment in time between your small businesses, and why did you decide to join?
Well, I had left my main business about a year or two before that. The apparel company that I had been running for like 12 years. And I tried something else and it failed. And then I was kind of in limbo, and it was kind of just good timing. And so I ended up so that Chip and the other dude had decided to do one or two parts. And I came in and I was like, well, I'll handle the parts, you build the bikes. And we actually had it as two separate companies for a minute. And then it just, at one point, we just phased out the one company and just merged them both into one.
Nice.
And it just became San Diego Customs by itself at that point. And that was like around 2012, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
2011, 2012, somewhere around there.
So you brought the like one of the things that you guys do is awesome, which is awesome, is a lot of the parts that you create, you put the San Diego Customs logo on it or SDC or something like that. Did you bring that to the table with Chip as like you guys started getting and customizing more and more bikes?
I would say, I mean, all right, fuck it. I don't care. I just had to run some things by in my head. So back in the day, the only people who were making high quality parts before all of us all existed, all the people there today, you know, Kraus, HPI, fucking FXR division, insert whatever company now. Performance Machine was at the pinnacle of their game. The team there was great. When I was working at Harley, I got to know a lot of people other than Roland. I mean, that's how I met Roland was I was just like, hey man, like I need to do this.
That was his dad's company, right?
Correct. Yeah. Perry started it, then Roland took it over. Well, there's a bunch of transitioning, and then I forget the name of the company who bought it. You remember them, Mike? What's that group that owns all?
Yeah, I don't remember.
A conglomerate.
Le Mans, is it the Le Mans group?
No, Le Mans is drag.
Drag.
Yeah,
Le Mans owns everything, so that's why.
But anyway, back in the day, PM used to make these real simple grips with Renthal sleeves. They used to polish them, anodize them, and then engrave them. And then either they engraved them, but they had their laser settings, so it came out white. It said Performance Machine. Very classy. It was deep. And I was like, I mean, so to me, if you remember back in the 2000s, PM that was it. That was the hallmark of custom shit.
That's
you could have your whole fucking bike could be at BPM and look silly, but still it's like, hey man, that's a lot of fucking money and that looks cool. Things have changed a little bit, but we've taken things from the past and brought them into our parts now because obviously they knew that way long time ago. Finishing work is just as important as the functionality of the part, you know, in the overall presentation of the product. So that's where that kind of came from. We had a guy who's doing our lasers who's probably in the laser world of like laser artists because it's a very unique art. He's one of the best in the game. And he's the one who actually was like, hey man, like he's like, dude, I'm really fucking good and I'm really fucking busy. And the stuff that you guys are doing is not what I do. So I'm going to teach you how to do it. I'm going to get you guys set up. And
wow,
you know, it was really rad. But that's that's kind of relationships that we kind of have in all of our things. It's like, you know, if we're not, if the people we're working with, if it's easier for them to teach us how to do things ourselves, you know, then we'd rather do that. But we do that with a lot of stuff. You know, we do everything that we can here, meaning CNC stuff, we laser stuff, we package stuff, we assemble shit, we build stuff. You know, the only thing we're not doing here right now is anodizing, and that's done up the street. So we have a pretty good control of every part, you know. Like there's guys that call and, you know, and say like, this fucking thing doesn't have threads. Like, all right, well, you sure? Because we're really only two dudes, me and that guy, one of us. And if we didn't catch it, was sure, sometimes we don't catch shit because, you know, we're only human. But, you know, it's like, well, you can tell who's lying and, you know, who's not mechanically in tune with, they shouldn't be putting parts on their bike.
Right.
that's right.
Yeah. Mike, in those early days, you're dealing with financial struggles, probably long hours. What was the hardest part of growing the business in those early years?
Geez, being able to pay yourself, probably.
Being copied.
Yeah. Well, no, that wasn't really in the early stages. That's like mid stages is when the copying started. You know, it's like,
yeah, you're right.
We built a small brand, a small core brand, the way we did it, and it's just every other brand that spawned after that kind of just took our template, and just went, we're just going to do all the same shit that they're doing, but we'll just market it a little bit better, and just, I mean, there's a dozen carbon copies of us of our brand out there, which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's an open market. It is what it is. You put something out, people are going to copy it and make their own. But I can't bitch about it, but
Yeah.
I guess I am.
Were there any moments early on that you were kind of questioning, will this work out? Is this worth it? Are we going to keep going?
No,
What kept you
because
going?
especially those days, like you were just so gung ho on your bike and riding, and you're just like, fuck yeah, we can build rad bikes and we can ride them and make them fast. And it's just like, I mean, we were really living it, especially in the early days. Like you didn't care if we weren't making a bunch of money, like we weren't making,
we didn't get paid for years.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
as long as you can keep the lights on. I mean, that was
exactly. And I mean,
part.
we're still not making tons of money now. We're not like a lot of those other brands. We're trying to still, obviously.
By California standards, no shit. Mike and I are poor.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
And I mean, that's just how it is.
And those early days, we didn't care. We were just charging, fucking whooped. And also, like those days before social media and all that shit, like when it was just the magazines and stuff, like it was different. It wasn't.
I remember the day Instagram came out. I was standing in my fucking garage. I just finished Corey Duffel's white bike, and he goes, "Hey, check this out, man. Instagram." I was like, "What the fuck is Instagram?" He goes, "It's an app for your phone where you post pictures and write stuff about it." And I was like, "That sounds like the fucking gayest thing on earth." Download it and make. So I did, and my original account was Death Dealer, and I was just like, "Fuck, dude, this is great." Naked girl, hot plant, skateboard ramp, invert, dog, and then all of a sudden they got rid of my account, and I was like, "Why?" Because naked girls and all the bullshit drugs, and I was like, "Oh, okay, so it's not really a free use app." So then I started the Death Dealer and approached it a little bit different.
Got it.
That was the day that came out, man. I remember it so vividly. I was like, I even said, "This is the dumbest thing. Why would you want to picture on your phone and post it and then look at your phone?" And then here we are, phoning.
Yeah. Hey, wait, hey, bro, it's old school from that. It's hard, man. For us, because everything was so like build a bike and you'd go show it off at a meet or whatever, like a bike night or some shit like that. And you'd get, bring it to Bike Week or, we're down here in Florida, so it'd be Bike Week. And you guys are up in Cali, you take it to one. And then all of a sudden, like, you got to like compete with the social media blitz of always posted shit. Fucking go crazy doing that, man.
Oh,
so,
the new era of marketing.
Yeah, it's the new era. Mikey, let me ask you this. What was the turning point when you realized kind of like you guys just aren't another shop? You're actually kind of building a brand. Was there a point in time where you both kind of sat down and realized this?
I don't know if we sat down and realized it, but I think the turning point was
the Harley deal.
No, I personally think, I mean, Hot Bike had a lot to do with it. And I think the response, so Hot Bike hired Jeff Holt because they wanted to capitalize on like the new vibe that was going on in California. And Jeff came to us immediately and started featuring our bikes. And I personally think that was the turning point where it became like real at that point, because at that point, I mean, I look at it as like, okay, like we've created something here that people are interested in and people like, because the feedback from the magazine was like, like people can't get enough of this shit. Like this is wild. Also, I think those first couple of Hot Bike covers and the feedback we got from those, I think that was definitely the point where we kind of became a small name in the industry,
Chip, you feel the same?
Well, I wouldn't really just say a small name. I'd say more of a like people would the industry was noticing us. You know?
Right.
So
Yeah, I would say that's pretty accurate. And then more so like when we did like that bike right there. That's weird to do.
Yeah, that one too.
Because that was the first 120R that came out, and when that came out, Harley approached
Nice.
Born Free and Hot Bike, and they're like, "Hey, we want to work. This is what we want to do. Like, we want to have this little thing." It was called Speed and Style, and I was just like, "So you guys want to give us a motor?" It's kind of weird because back then the only person that they gave a motor to was Jesse James and Paul Jr. when they did that biker build-off thing where Jesse built that sport bike looking bike, you know, that thing that never worked, and then Paul Jr. built that airplane looking thing. But those were the Harley sponsored motors. So in my head, I was like, wow, you guys want us to do that? That's cool. So that's why we built that for that Speed and Style thing, which led us to go to Sturgis, you know, through corporate Harley and Hot Bike. And we got to, that was the beginning of corporate motorcycling era. Right?
Right.
But
That's right.
Yeah, then that lasted about 10 years. About 10 years. And we just made the decision to hopefully not do that anymore.
Wow.
Because it's very stressful to deal with that. We're not those kind of people.
No, I get it, man. I get it.
Loki agrees. Well, let's talk shop culture.
Loki doesn't like anybody until you're inside and he can sniff you, get your vibe, and then it'll be cool. But like if you have a weird vibe or like most of these people that walk by on the street, they'll just bite you.
Fair. Nice. I feel honored now that he likes me.
He is the best judge of character.
That's killer. He's such a cool dog.
Most dogs are. That's right.
Let's talk shop culture. SDC has a very distinct tone and look. Was any of that intentional, or did your whole vibe now just kind of come organically through who you guys are?
We never planned on any of this.
Thought so.
Yeah, I think it's definitely organic. It's
a little bit. We didn't plan. We don't even know. Like I woke up this morning and I was like, "Fuck, that's today. This can't. I gotta postpone this. I'm not ready for this." Like you guys don't want to talk to 9 a.m. Chip. No, you want to talk to 11 a.m. Chip or 1 a.m., 1 p.m.
Right.
He's
all good. Right? That's where we got you. So that's a good thing.
Yeah. You know, because you never know what happens here in the ring. So, you know, you get down here and there could be somebody parked in your parking spot. There could be insert whatever scenario here. So that I forgot. But as far as for how we are and the way we act and the vibe of the shop, that's pretty. Yeah, that's just all organic.
Right on.
I mean, I remember the first time we wrote "fuck" on something, we were like, "Oh, all right, this is great." We never, ever, ever thought people were going to buy it. And then when people started buying it, we're like, okay, we want to focus some of these parts and maybe go for the big gusto, which is drag. They're like, nope, never going to carry. It says fuck. So we're like, all right, Tucker Rocky. We go to Tucker Rocky. We're like, hey, all right, this is going great. We would like to change our identity a little bit and not be the fuck guys. We're like, nope, right fuck more. Fuck you.
Really?
Fuck it. Fuck off. Anything you write, fuck, people will buy. And I'm like, it's stupid. It's lost its flair because now everyone's fuck the world. Silly.
Right.
So yeah, I mean
that's the Derby covers, right? That you guys are doing?
I mean, we've done everything.
Everything, I know.
Gas caps.
Yeah, that's
true. You know.
Well, here's a fun one. True followers of the club bike scene consider you guys the godfathers of this cult following. And we would agree. No one did this before you guys, truly. And you put this on the market and the rest followed. Like you guys mentioned, you got copycats now. With that said, how do you guys balance style, performance, customer expectations, and staying true to who you guys are?
Well, we'll never do anything that sucks. So
good answer.
There's that. And I mean, there's other people who may be like, well, what they do sucks. But you know, that's their opinion. We keep it as real for us as it can be. And we don't really care what other people are doing. It just sucks when, you do the exact same thing we're doing and it affects us monetarily because that's kind of lame.
Yeah, if it didn't affect monetarily, I wouldn't give a fuck. But it's
it's hard. This is California.
Yeah,
that's right.
as Loki's
That looks
growling
like
out the
Amazon
window.
driver.
Hey, Mike, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
A lot of guys, like, as we were talking before we kind of signed on about, instant gratification world, and everybody sees the final products, the beautiful bikes you guys build, the parts you create, all this shit. But it's what it is, the stresses of running small businesses and being a partnership. And you guys even said by California standards, you guys are pretty much broke in the poorhouse compared to what they expect us to do. Has there ever been like a major fight, disagreement between you two that kind of almost nearly broke the partnership, but in the end made you guys stronger? Has there been a situation like that in these years you've been together?
No, and what? Where? What?
We had another business.
Oh, yeah.
And
With the exception of that business, I'd say no.
Mike and I started a cannabis company, and we brought 2 other people in whom we did not know, but in the world of business, whatever. One was quite deceitful, and the other was not. It was a $25 million deal.
Wow.
And I feel I can say this, Mike, and it's pretty accurate. When the deal started, it was like this. Hey, you guys want a cannabis company? Sure. What would you call it? SDC, San Diego Cannabis. Born right then and there, right?
Wow.
Mike and I own this business. It's our fucking brand. That's how we see it, right? Well, $25 million is a lot of money. And when it's presented to you in the right way, it comes out to 5 and change, and then a little bit of operating capital. You really start thinking about selling your cannabis business really quick.
Mhm.
And to summarize it briefly, I come from weed, as I know a lot of people in the weed world. So when you do background checks on people and they're coming back fucking crooked,
Right.
like, hey, so I'm like, Mike, something's not right in this deal. Like, you know what I mean? Like, people that we know who we would trust normally are kind of being like, hey, that guy you're working with is shady. That guy rips off this guy. Like, be forewarned. And once again, $25 million will make people do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Company that was buying us in the I don't know what you call the process of post due diligence after you purchase is done, the contract is done, but the agreement hasn't been fulfilled.
Vetting.
During that time, they decided to get rid of me. And I was like, well, I'm going to fucking war. And for that would have been the roughest period of our friendship, because Mike had to deal with me literally waking up and wanting to kill the guy that's sitting next to him, like 100%. I'm like, dude, I'm fucking killing him and I'm taking the case. I'll go to jail. I don't care. I'd rather be dead than let this guy fucking win. And the matrix of life fucking figured it all out for us, and we didn't get any. Well, we got money, but we didn't sell the company. We got the company back. We got all of our IP, and then we just canceled it and said, kind of, fuck it. It's not really worth that kind of stress. And it really opened up our eyes to dealing with publicly traded companies and the corporate machine, and how it works, and other people's greed and how they lie. And, we don't need that shit, man. So Mike and I figured it all out, and we were like, hey, and then all of a sudden, Mike was in the same boat as I am. And it was like, well, look at what we have here. Teammates again. Let's go get them. And then to summarize that long story, went through COVID and we ended up on top.
All right. So did you put the motorcycle business at that point in time on the back burner where you guys were trying to get this thing off the ground?
No.
So you were still building too?
The motorcycle
doing
business,
both.
the motorcycle business created the cannabis business, as per they're both called SDC.
Right.
So in my head, I was to do what I'm doing here, which is what I do every day, and do what I do in the weed world. The corporate people didn't see it like that. What do you have to go to work? I'm like, At no time did anybody say I have to leave my work and go to some or other work. That was never mentioned. Mike, on the other hand, was doing that because we had another office and they had like a bunch of fucking corporate shit that they had to deal with and get done in a corporate style fashion. That doesn't happen here. So, you know, that kind of opened our eyes up a little bit to a lot of different things.
Thanks
And
for the honor.
COVID kind of came in there too and fucked everything also
Yeah.
on the weed thing. COVID was a big part of it. And also a lot of shady shit was a big part of it too, to be honest. But, you know, other than that, Chip and I we're very different, but we're also very similar. Our birthdays are 2 days apart, you know, so we kind of think the same in the big scheme of things. So we always pretty much get along
Awesome.
pretty
Man.
well.
Thanks for the honesty, man. Appreciate that story.
No problem.
That's the heart of the company too. That's huge. So speaking of, sounds like you guys dodged a bullet, but on the day-to-day stuff, you guys wear 1,000 hats, owner, builder, marketer, therapist sometimes. How do you guys stay grounded through all of it, especially as you are mentioned in the conversation as one of the best shops in the world?
Well, honestly, we don't. Thank you.
Just block the noise.
But we do the same shit every day. Everybody, there's 4 people who work here. We do the same thing every day. Awesome. We all know each other very well in and out. We know expectations. We know when the expectations aren't going to be met. We know how each other works vibe-wise. Like I don't know. I think our shop is just different because we do what we want, how we want to do it. You know, other shops are more like marketing companies to where
chasing the money.
You know, they don't really do anything. They spend more of their days like filming, going to eat, shit like that. And I'm like, well, why don't you guys build something? Why don't you do some fucking work?
What a thought.
You know, if you don't understand like the ins and outs of running a shop, then, you know, I get it. But, you know, don't portray yourself as, hey, we're this big motorcycle company or huge motorcycle shop. We do this and that, you know, because it only takes one fuck up to change your week.
Right.
And, you know, on the internet.
Yeah. So I want to hear the answer from both of you guys for this, and it leans into this next question. How do you guys protect your passion so that it doesn't feel like a job all the time?
It doesn't feel like a job at all, really. I mean, because like Mike said, we come from this, like we used to be on our bikes all day, every day. Time we used to go to lunch every day. Like, oh, it's 11 o'clock. Where do you want to eat? 12 o'clock. We'd split for an hour and a half, come back, and then we go back to work until 5. You know, now it's like, well, fuck it. Let's just not do any of that and just work straight through.
Yeah, you're packing lunch.
Snack while you're working and then, you know, get more done.
So you guys are doing what you love. So it always feels like a passion, it sounds like.
Yeah. Neither of us thought we'd ever be in this position to where.
I mean, we were just kind of talking about this the other day. And I mean, I was standing on the stairs talking to Chip. I was saying, like, if you think about it, dude, we make our own hours. We do what we want. We make shit that we want. I mean, just look around. We get to build cool motorcycles, you know, it's just, sometimes you got to take a step back and just be grateful and kind of think about, I mean, even though this business is not buying us houses or fucking
even cars
or shit like that, you know, but I mean, we get to do what we want. I don't have to sit at a fucking desk at some corporate bullshit or even some other motorcycle company having to listen to some asshole, you know, it's like, we do it ourselves, you know, so.
Freedom. Cool.
Sure. Hey, this is, based on what you said, you obviously, what you guys are doing is passion driven. Anybody who's owned a shop and builds bikes and does this type of work, it's a passion driven business. Not everybody gets rich off of it. Not everybody becomes Arlen Ness. What do you feel you guys sacrifice the most that people may never see or truly appreciate?
Shit, I don't know.
I don't know, time. We spend a lot of time that people don't know on their shit that we never will get paid for, nor can bill for. But we spend a lot of time figuring shit out for people, and they don't have no idea. You know,
Yeah.
and that you can insert scenario here. It's you bring a bike in and a guy wants.
Well, no, here's a scenario. I mean, Chip putting other parts from other bigger companies. I won't say which companies because there's been fucking hundreds of them
Right.
on bikes and shit not working, and STC being an industry fucking what's the term?
Industry leading shop.
Well, no, we'll fix your problems. Like, hey, this part doesn't fit, and here's why. You guys need to remake it. And then people
what
are
you
like,
need to
"Oh,
do.
fuck."
Here's
You know
what
what I
we
mean?
did.
Huh?
I'm just saying that we'll tell whoever. Here's how we fixed the problem. Here's how we took your mismanaged part that's for sale to the public for specified application, and we made it work basically. So
Right.
and we've been doing that for 10 years, and it sucks because, like Mike says, it happens a lot. I mean,
All the
there's
time,
people out there
dude.
that will
All
bitch
the
about some
time.
of our parts, and each bike is different. I get all that, and I get all it, but there's a general consensus of manufacturing guidelines of how shit's supposed to work in relationship to aftermarket versus OEM. Always OEM is the spec. So, we tell people like Harley is a $1 billion company. They've got a whole squad of engineers. There's not some dude in his fucking garage in Montana with a mill who's going to be like, well, there's the answer. Those days are gone. You know what I mean? But those days are gone, but there's still guys like us who have to deal with, hey, the motor company fucked this up, So now how do we approach it? And then, you can talk about motors or transmissions or accessories, whatever you want, but there's always some sort of problem where it has to be addressed.
Right.
So,
Yeah. Cleaning up somebody else's mess.
Yeah.
So Chip, what part of the journey have you been the most proud of? Not necessarily the flashy stuff, but something that you on a personal level feel pride for.
I like the fact that we get to do whatever we want, whenever we want, however we want, with a group of like-minded individuals that we trust with our lives. I know that our guys, even external of the shop, our little clique, I know are fucking solid. I don't ever have to go, this guy gonna fuck us over, or like, what happens if I gotta steal?
Right.
No, because if it's put forth energy thinking about other people's problems and how it's going to affect you, I just don't want to deal with any of that shit, So
Yeah.
I'm stoked that we got a solid squad, and our friends are awesome, and the things we get to do are quality and fun and most enjoyable. And I mean, we haven't talked about dogs all day, but we love our dogs, and that's we're in a position where if Mike and I don't want to work today, we want to lay on the floor and pet dogs. We're gonna do that.
Yeah. That's killer.
So-
That's an incredible feeling to relish in something that you built. I'm sure you don't too often, but when it comes to
We
mind,
really don't. I mean, I wish we could get to a point where we were like on vacation somewhere. We're like, oh, this is trippy. We're on vacation.
yeah.
Never fucking happened.
Mike, what
We
about
can't
you,
even
man?
consider this for business, let alone a vacation.
Yeah, you're trying to go on vacation. You can't even do business trips.
I don't know.
Vacation. I kind
Small
of.
business owners.
Yeah, no,
They don't.
that's like oil and water, right?
Exactly, man. That doesn't happen, man.
I'd say the thing I like the most about what we've done is some of the parts that we've created. I think like the seat with the little backrest,
Yeah, that's cool.
like just the fact that Drag Specialties doesn't want to carry out parts, but Saddleman puts our seat in Drag Specialties and becomes the #1 selling seat in the
So
country
cool.
out of drag. It's
Yeah,
like just little things like that are just like, yeah, that's. I mean, it's a win. It's not a big win, but it's a win. It's
I
like
call it a big win.
it's kind of like a fuck you and a win at the same time.
Yeah,
So that's good.
Guys, San Diego Customs today in the industry is a name that people are very familiar with, right? I mean, you guys built the small business into an incredible small business name where everybody who follows you guys understands the quality that you put out there and the type of persona that you guys come out with. But my question is this: how do you keep it real with the success and the pressure to grow and try to make more money and try to make new parts and try to expand yourselves into different arenas now? Because now you guys are no longer that small shop. Now you guys are trying to, people know you on the mainstream level as one of the best shops in the country. Like, take us a little bit into what both of your mindsets are at this point in time, as far as that growth is coming in now.
Tough one.
I know it's ego, don't think of it as an ego explanation, because it's not, it's the truth, because you guys really have taken that next step in the industry over the last few years. No doubt about it, man. And you guys, I'm sure, can appreciate that too.
I can appreciate it from your perspective, but I don't feel like the dent that what you guys perceive is not how we perceive it. I mean, amazing fucking the guy down the street knows who we are. You know what I mean? Tough one, man. Like, we literally we know what we have to do, and like, we just have, it's just figuring out how to do it,
Right.
That's, so every day it's just like, okay, this is this problem, or this is what we have to accomplish to make this bike done. So how do we do it? We just do it. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say here.
No, you're saying everything right, man. You're saying everything.
I don't feel like
that I figured you'd say. You guys are both humble dudes, so I
kind
understand
of also see it as I look at the rest of the industry, and I look at some of these other companies that have done far less than we have ever have done, and are getting way more recognition in the world. And obviously, with that comes money. And I don't want to keep touching on money, but what people don't understand is what it costs to exist in California, in Southern California, as a business.
Yeah.
It's not like fucking Texas or Tennessee or Iowa or
I from rent to insurance to cost of everything, it's
also so real.
Yeah.
Like, and if you lag for a week, you're fucked.
Yeah.
It's like, we know what we need to do, and we'll get done every day just to hit zero.
Yeah.
I would love to see a way to get way past the zero mark, but I don't understand. That's why we started doing the YouTube thing, because in the scheme of marketing and the way the world is working, like you said, when we were growing up, it was word of mouth and pictures and Polaroid, driving everywhere, doing all this shit. Then Instagram Instagram seems to like not run its course, but it seems to be that a different demographic is on the YouTube channel. They like the accent. They like the fact that you're watching movement. You're not just looking at a picture. It's not a 1 minute reel.
Yeah.
And it just seems to be that utilizing that. Well, I mean, we're late to the game. We know we're late to the game, but we didn't even want to come to the stadium for the game.
Right.
Until our guys started convincing us, we were like, dude, this just sucks. It's a whole other tale of how that happened, and that's a story in itself. That's worthy of a podcast. Of why we decided to do the YouTube thing. No one would believe it, nor can we even tell the fucking story, but really wild story. And, just like, that being said, if we could figure out a way to not to do what we do now, but on a broader scale, it might be a little more lucrative, But then again, you could have more problems if it gets bigger. I don't know. It's an unwritten book.
Yeah.
Mikey, what about you, man? What's your thought on that?
I don't know. I agree with Chip. We're a little older, so the whole digital marketing thing, like, you got to evolve or you're going to die, so, and we've grown steadily, but not in leaps and bounds, and like Chip said, rent in California. Like, I guarantee you, we pay fucking 4 times what other people across the country pay. We're half the space.
Have you guys ever thought about relocating or no? I mean, I know it'd
Yeah,
be hard.
we're gonna
but
move
Sandy-
in a year, a little bit inland. But the thing about that is, I mean, we're gonna get a bigger space for about the same price. It'll be a new facility, but it's not. I mean, it's we're not gonna be cutting out costs.
Yeah.
You're not going to be cutting costs. Shit,
Not
man,
really.
that
It's
sucks.
really gonna cut our costs. you
When we
know?
do
So,
that move, though, we're gonna fucking blow up the spot. That's for sure.
yeah, exactly.
It's gonna be really fucking fun.
yeah, man. I watched the second episode of the YouTube channel with the fucking Porn Depot across the street, man. And fucking rubbers everywhere. I mean, come on, man. That's disgusting.
It is.
You're so right to bitch at the city officials because it's like
City doesn't care.
no, they don't
City
give a
does
shit.
not care, dude.
I mean,
They
when
don't
we
give a
moved in,
shit.
we thought it was going to be cool because the airport's across the street, and there's fucking 5 strip clubs less than a mile away. So we're
Right.
like, dude, all this is going to be stripper heaven. It's going to be chicks. This is going to be fucking crazy. Shit. Nope. The exact opposite, actually.
Bunch of tweakers and fucking homos jerking themselves off across the
know.
street.
So
you know? It's like,
weird, man.
I know.
But you know what's
Just-
weird? This is even weirder. That there's what, Mike, 1.2 million people every month who would love to just bug me about why I don't film them anymore. So every once in a while, I'll film them, and all of a sudden, boom, whole world knows about it. There's people who follow me, don't even have a fucking motorcycle just for that. It's really bizarre.
That's crazy, man.
There's some customer here, Mike.
Uh-oh.
well, he's gonna have to wait.
The door's locked, buddy.
We're almost done. We just got a couple more questions. I got a really close
It's
friend.
okay.
who
We're
just
closed
moved.
anyway. We're like a barber.
That's
Yeah,
right. Appointment
a
only.
European lunch break. The
It's a
Europeans
Monday,
take a lunch break for like 3 hours, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My buddy lived in San Diego. He just moved a couple weeks ago, and he would send me the tweaker of the day videos when he's just going out running errands or whatever.
Oh, there's some wild ones.
Without
There's
fail. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, we're in the thick of it down here too, where we're at.
Oh. So-
I know, such a beautiful state and so fucking poorly run. It's such a shame.
It is a total shit show.
Yeah.
Shit show.
Well, looking at
Yeah,
the
people
current,
keep looking for him.
yeah, that's another thing my wife and I like to do is house shop in California for fun. Just seeing what you can get for $1 million out there, and it's
Oh,
like
you can get a
shanty.
684 square foot house with no bedroom and a 24 square foot.
Above the Porn Depot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the median in the house around here, like in California, is $1.4 million for just
God,
fuck.
Crazy.
forget
Sense.
that.
Makes no sense.
No. Looking at the current scene, you guys, what are your personal opinions? Mike, you want to start with things that you like and other things that make you scratch your head a little bit?
Well, I try with the scratch head thing. There's a lot of guys out there that are doing burnouts and wheelies and shit that
Oh my
shouldn't
God.
be doing it.
And then they're
Right.
and crashing on the fucking highway going 80.
Dude,
It's like,
you see it every day on the
I
internet.
cringe
Like,
watching that shit, man.
yeah, that shit's that's just. I mean, I get it. A lot of guys come from skateboarding just like we did, and it's like skateboarding is hard when you get older. It's easy to get on a motorcycle and go fast and feel that same rush.
Right.
But yeah, the things I do like though is, I mean, I don't know if you guys see it on the East Coast, but there's a lot of younger guys on bikes now. Like
Yeah.
a lot of our customers that come in, they're younger kids,
Yeah.
20s, 30s. I think that's good for the industry. It's good for Harley Davidson.
Mm-hmm.
It was our first time at Born Free this year. And we flew in from Florida. And that was one of the things that I truly realized. I've been in Florida 27 years and business owner for 23. And one of the things down here, it's an older scene.
Yeah.
Florida's definitely an
Yeah,
older
yeah.
scene. And one of the first things I said when I left there and we were flying back, I was like, dude, California is fucking awesome, man. It's a very young and vibrant scene, especially the FXR scene is out of this world. I think there's probably 99% of that diners that have ever been built are in California, man. I've never seen so many diners in my life.
Probably.
It's
Probably.
crazy.
And all the street glides are in Daytona.
You know, right now the street
Right.
lights and the grocery getters are down here with the big wheel up front, man. Yep. That's funny.
Chip, what about you, man? The stuff in the current scene.
What's that?
What are you liking? What are you liking about the current scene, and what makes you scratch your head?
I like the part about going fast. Everybody likes to go fast.
Performance. Yeah.
I think these people in the world like to throw terms around like performance a lot, custom a lot.
Mhm.
I mean, there's some people doing some really cool shit. You know, it seems to be like before it used to have to not to run a mill and a lathe and manually or a manual version, and now everybody seems to be rich and they just buy a CNC machine and hire a programmer and you know that ourselves included. You know, we did it because we got to the point where Mike's like, we should buy a CNC machine. I was like, nope, fuck that. That's a whole nother
fought it.
world. I fought it forever. Yeah. And then,
You glad you did?
what?
You glad you did?
Oh yeah. Yeah. It
Oh,
changes everything because I mean, you start looking at everything completely different. I mean, we walk around looking at things like, wow, that's real. Like fucking hey, dude. Like,
Yeah.
holy shit, does that thing suck? And I mean, we're talking like, you know, you can go to Home Depot now and walk around and be like, whoa, just teaches it opens up the doors of manufacturing and the processes and how you get to have a finished product. So, you know, that goes for us. We want to have the best looking product that we can produce.
Mhm.
Other people don't really give a shit. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, you know,
Yeah.
who cares about finishing? Just machine the part, make it chrome, black, or fucking raw, and sell it. Right? Made in USA on it, even if it's not.
Right.
Like, you know, that kind of sucks. And
Yeah.
you know, so you know, how do I feel? I don't know. I feel mixed feelings, I guess, about the whole industry.
Right on.
I don't know
So
I don't know if guys before us thought that
Felt the
about
same.
us.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Fucking guys are building FXRs and put the fairings back on them.
Man, I used to walk to school 3 miles. Now these fuckers take a bus. Yeah. I get it, man. I get it.
Put on cop bags. We used to
Hmm.
take those off. Hey, well, cool. That's great. You know, like, give us all those FXDXT fairings y'all have holding now.
I know, man. Those things are killer.
That's right.
You know, like, so I don't know if the generation before us like made fun of us like we make fun of the generation now.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm assuming that once again, it's just like skateboarding, you know. Posers are posers and the real deals are the real deals, and we all kind of stick together, and posers kind of stay in their little poser world with other posers.
For sure, man. Taking pretty pictures on Instagram.
Yeah. Mike.
Taco Tuesday videos. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
Taco Tuesday,
I'd rather
good
not
grief.
rather build something and get a job done than go fucking
Agreed,
So-
man.
Mhm. Mike, do you have any advice for a youngin who is starting a shop or he's a young builder? What advice would you give to that guy today?
Get a real job.
what the hell are you doing, man?
Go be an electrician.
Right,
Yeah,
man. Go
that's
be
right.
a
Go
plumber
make
and
some real,
electrician.
go make some real money.
Mhm.
Yeah, man. Agreed.
Fair.
Yeah, don't get into this business if you're trying to get rich. If you want to be happy, then that's cool because you could probably be happy depending on what makes you happy, I guess. You know?
Yeah, and if you're not good at it, don't do it.
Yeah, that goes
Yeah.
for everything, man. These things are two-wheeled vehicles that go 100 miles an hour. Like if you don't know what you're fucking doing, don't do it because people can get really hurt really fucking quick.
Right. No doubt about that. All right, you guys, we're gonna finish this off with this question. You guys are moving into a larger shop next year. Get out of where you are at now, where you've been for a long time. What's next? What's the next evolution of San Diego Customs? Like, what do you guys? What's your vision for this new shop? Are you looking to do just straight commission type builds? Keep it both service repair, custom builds? What's on the radar for you guys in that next level, the next phase? Because I mean, you know, you get into your 50s, man, you start kind of planning out your life a little bit, like how much more energy and gas do I have in the tank for this? So what's the story with you guys? Well, what's the game plan?
Probably get more CNC machines, I guess, and I mean, makes
Parts based,
more stuff.
get into the parts.
I mean, nothing's really going to change. We're just going to have more room to grow, and we will be rid of all the problems that we have here, which gives us more peace of mind, because dealing with problems that are caused in this fucking area, that causes more stress than, than anything business related.
I mean, day to day, we got to try to stay out of jail in this location.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Sucks.
That's not an exaggeration by any means.
I know you guys got bars on the windows and the doors, huh?
Looks
Why,
like a
you've had
pawn
people
shop.
trying to break into the shop?
Well, no, it's
Oh
not
no, you
breaking
can't
in.
break. Well, I mean,
It's
knock on wood.
tweakers, people
it's outside.
parking and out parking to go to the jerk shop, fucking you name it. I mean, we went to jail over during COVID because of this shit.
Wow.
So, yeah. So,
Because this is our shop, and that's that.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you can do or say what you want, but remember, actions have reactions, and there are consequences to actions.
Yeah.
And that's where our line is drawn, where it's like, well, here's the consequence. The consequence is jail. It's like, fuck it, we're going to jail. But I mean,
Yeah,
it is what it is. So
Cancel your dinner plans. Well, I'm going to add links to the show notes. So we've got SanDiegoCustoms.com, where you can shop by bike. It's an awesome website. Where else? You mentioned YouTube. Where are you guys active? What are good spots for people to follow along?
Instagram, YouTube, and believe it or not, we now have a TikTok. So,
yeah,
Nice.
Who's dancing?
Chip,
Mike or
you gonna be dancing?
no, maybe.
Hey, you get 1 million views, TikTok pays you, man. So start
See, here's the
practicing.
thing. I have mental problems, and
he does.
what do you call this?
It's that music playing.
I turn into characters, but I don't know that I'm turning into characters. So, for instance, if you were Russian and we got in an argument and you had a heavy Russian accent, I would adopt your Russian accent and we
Nice.
would argue, and you would think I'm making fun of you.
He used to talk to the Russian lady at the gas station by his old house in a Russian accent.
That's so funny, man.
She is awesome. Remember, I told
He
you.
also has what I've coined as rage Tourette's.
Yeah,
Rage Tourette.
He has rage Tourette's.
I got an
He
argument.
doesn't remember what he says.
She showed me her one long tit, and I told her I was black, and instead of arguing with me, she told me she wanted to see my ID. And
That's
I
messed up.
I said, "Look, it says I'm black." Yeah, and I don't remember doing that. Mike, you
He did it.
So,
Hey, and great job, guys, getting Trey on board, man. I think sometimes you need that young, because he's a super good kid on top of being pretty talented. And what he's doing, I love it, man. It's bringing out. You guys are real, no matter what podcast you do, no matter what show you're on, whatever it is, you guys never change, which is what I love about you too. You don't shine for the camera and then hide away from when it's not there type of shit. So I think bringing Trey on was a great idea. I think, in my opinion, and I've shared this with you, Chip, at the show, was the fact that, since you guys have come up, man, you guys have been the leader. I know you're not going to take any accolades for this, but in my opinion, I feel you guys really brought that FXR scene back into this freaking world. And now it's at a point above and beyond where everybody's building badass FXRs. But I think
that's
guys-
awesome. But I want to say this is like, when we came back from Born Free, we were doing our little recap, and Tony and I in the shop, we had an issue, and we were like, who the fuck can we call who's the FXR guru? And I was like, well, Tony, that would be us. And
right.
I want the world to know that there's generations of people before us who have forgotten shit that we'll never know.
Never even learned.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Ain't like that. So, we may know a lot, but that's because this is what we do. And Tony and I are, kind of trained by factory. Tony went to MMI. We both worked for the dealership for years. So we understand the way the system that is in place works, both aftermarket
Right.
and Harley. So it's like, I don't want to let the people before us ever, like, even if they're alive or dead, I don't want anyone to think like, hey, like, oh, we've moved into that place, because we haven't. You know what I mean? It's just,
Mm.
I have a tremendous amount of respect for the people who have created what we're involved with. And I don't ever want anybody to not know that. Whether you're talking about Arlen Ness, whether you're talking about fucking Hell's Angels, whether you're talking about Willie G. Davidson, whether you're talking, any of those, they all have influence for the reason that we do what we do. And like, there's people who know more.
Yeah.
That's
Right on. One last question before we go. Before we started recording, you guys were chipping away at each other, and it was awesome in fighting in the shop. I have a feeling that you guys keep each other in check. Is that the case? I feel like there can't be a big head in your shop because you guys will be quick to chop it down.
I shit all day long, and I just call him out on it.
yeah. Vice versa. I mean,
But
the only thing we really argue about is our ear size.
I got my growing now.
We've been friends for so long, and we do so much shit together that we have the same doctor and all this shit. And like, we go and we do health stuff like blood work as old dudes.
good.
Our
Good.
blood panels are all the same. It's like we're chicks who synced up on their period. It's fucking-
Right.
you know what I mean? So, we have a good solid friendship to where I don't think like, like you couldn't have a big head here, even if you tried. You'll get
No.
punched. Like,
No, that's
so.
that's awesome, man. Because most partnerships, and I've been a part of one that's, and to be able to have a true brother with you side by side, man, going through this battle is fantastic. So, guys, from the bottom of our hearts, man, I love you guys before, but now getting a chance to get to know you and bullshit with you, man. What I love most about you guys, it's all honest and real, man, and that's what you get when you deal with these guys. And I wish you nothing but success in the new shop. I think it's going to be, you guys are going to blow it out of the water because you have a fantastic young clientele that you're talking about, this younger generation coming up. And what you build is exactly what these kids love, man. They just need to make some money to buy it because it's, hey, none of it's cheap, but it's definitely
nothing's cheap these days,
Right, nothing's cheap, but it's definitely the best in my opinion on the market. If you're gonna do it right, man, you take it to these guys because they, in my opinion, are the leaders in this industry for this FXR craze.
Oh, we appreciate you guys, man. Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Definitely chip.
All right,
Thanks
you
for
guys be
smiling.
good, man.
Thank you.
Thanks, pleasure meeting you
Alan.
both.
Appreciate
Have a
you
great
guys.
day, guys.
Thanks, guys.
You
Take
too,
it easy,
guys.
man.